Arena of Seal Clubbing Competition, a Crossout video by Dangerously Incompetent. While slumming it in the arena at around 4000 power score with my upgraded parts, see previous video, I saw several builds that were unfit for arena battle. In fact, they were unfit for battle full stop. Like one player I saw had maces on a trucker build. Literally on a trucker build, he plonked them on the cabin. Great field of fire for them, but no protection. So 30 seconds into each battle, his mace shotguns had been stripped off and he couldn't do much productive after that. So it struck me that having upgraded parts doesn't actually help that much if you're on a bad build to start with. And lots of players, beginning players, they come in bad builds. They're still learning. They're learning what works with what. They're learning how to make a good build, but in the process you make a load of bad builds. I started off with a load of bad builds. You should have seen some of my first attempts. They were terrible. I had some of the wrong idea about overall durability for a start, but that's a different video. So what do you do if you're a beginning player? You're not sure how to make a good build? Well, why not take the provided builds? Because that's what Arena does, doesn't it? That's Arena, not Arena rating. Arena looks totally like it's for beginners, and here, look, we provide you the build so you can try out the weapons, and you don't have to worry about making the build, putting it all together in a good combination. Except none of the builds are good. They're okay, but they've all got some flaw with them. Like this infiltrator, sledgehammers, 4 sledgehammers, great on a growl. That's a reasonable build at around 4000 power score, except not protected the sledgehammers at all, totally exposed. They'll just get stripped off really quick. And again and again, you look at any of them, you'll find something wrong with it. Like this one. This one looks like it was inspired by what the players did with the pyres. Stuck them in a line with a narrow channel for the missiles to get out, and that way you protect them a bit. And it's put with the dusk cabin, which can work, but you can't do things from a distance with the dusk cabin because it shortens the flying time but speeds them up and gives them more damage. But then it went and plonked on its radar. That's the white radar. That's very short range. Missiles, you really want longer range. Well, maybe not so much since he's using a dusk, but it's still a radar. It only does line of sight. Doesn't detect people when they drive into a dip or behind a building. So if they do that just as you're firing, you'll lose your lock on and your missiles fly off into space, and you've got to wait until they reload before you can do anything again. You shouldn't have a radar with this. You should have a radar detector. But and it's not just these provided builds that are not good. Even the builds that you get in the shop that you pay real money for, none of them are great. Like the Spectral Hunter, here we go again. Shotguns, totally exposed. And even worse, look at the part it's on. Bang, on the grater, 6 durability. Your 93 durability weapon on a 7 durability part, which is just going to fly off as soon as someone sneezes at it. It's not that Targem are incapable of producing good builds. I mean, even if they were, they could always just go on the exhibition and pick off the meta builds from there. No, I think Targem have a policy of providing not great builds that can be easily improved. Take off that grater and replace it with a buggy floor, the shoot-through part, so your shotgun stays on for longer when it's under fire. It's there to encourage you to start tinkering with the builds and get into the build game. Which is all well and good, but it does leave new players with a bit of an issue. They got facing this really steep learning curve to make their own builds, and yet they need an effective build to get anywhere in really competitive modes like Arena. And I feel this is an issue with Crossout. I mean, it must put that steep learning curve must put a fair few players off Crossout for good, so they leave. because they can't seem to get anywhere and they don't understand what's going on. They're trying to learn, but they keep on getting hammered by people who do know how to make a good build. So I thought it would be a good idea to show new players some effective builds suitable for Arena, using parts that they can easily obtain. So I'm running a competition. Arena of Seal Clubbing. Design a build for the arena that new players can make and that's effective in battle. It must be between 4,000 and 4,300 power score, because you need at least 4,000 to get into the arena, and if you're at 4,300 power score you're going to meet like the first tranche of reward vehicles, which are all under 4,300. With a bit of luck you won't meet someone like that, because their power score is a bit higher. Kudos for only using common, rare and special parts, because newbies can't afford epics. Kudos for not using upgraded parts, because the build has to be effective even if you haven't got upgraded parts. If it's only effective with upgraded parts, that's no good for a newbie. Kudos for only using low-level structural parts, like you get from the engineers, before you get to prestige levels, and the engineers and the lunatics and the nomads and the scavengers. The structural parts you get really early on, because again, newbies don't have the more esoteric stuff like where is it? There it is. The Mengu bumper from the Syndicate season. Newbie won't have that, so that would be a point against this build. And kudos if your build counters this one, because this one is really quite effective in arena at sort of 4,300 power score. It's got it's got a Skinner on it, and that's an epic. Where's it gone? Oh, and it's got an epic engine, but the Skinner is quite cheap. Oh no, it's not quite cheap. I thought it was quite cheap. We'll gloss over the Skinner bit, but yeah, you get the idea. Something if your build can take on this and win, that's extra kudos for you. A significant part of the build must be your own work. I mean, you can start from an exhibition build, but you've got to credit the original builder, and it's got to be significantly different. A build with a reworked weapon layout is okay, but taking a build from the exhibition, plonking on some decor and giving it a new paint job, that's not okay. That's not going to qualify for this competition. Once you've got your build, you've got to put it in the exhibition on the PC and keep it there until the competition ends. You need to join my Discord server and make a post in the competition entries channel with your Crossout account name, the name of the build and a screenshot of the build. And I'll take a look at them, and once I approve the build as an entry, I'll copy it over to the competition voting channel and you're entered. The competition ends in a month's time, on the 12th of April. I know that's long after Arena finishes, but you can still use these builds in regular mission battles, couldn't you? The winner of Arena of Seal Clubbing competition will be decided by vote of my Discordians. To vote yourself, you need to join my Discord server if you're not already a member. Go to the competition voting channel, try out all the builds, and react with a thumbs up emoji, like this for example, to the post which holds the build you think is the best for newbies in the arena. The build with the most thumbs up emoji wins. In case of a tie, I've got the tie-breaking vote. And what shall be the reward for the winner? Well, surely the reward for everyone who enters is you're helping new players. It's its own reward. But, give your karma a bit of a polish. Help people get started in Crossout. Oh, you want a bit more. Okay, how about the approbation of your peers? Showing off your well-designed vehicle. Yeah, you want a bit more. Okay, I'll make a video about the winning vehicle, which is a prize beyond price, I think you'll agree. So that's it for this video. Get building, and if you're a newbie, be sure to go try out all the entries to Arena of Seal Clubbing.